Hey guys, Zoose here. So here we have a Phase Rush Cassiopeia Keystone page. Now, with the recent buffs to Cassio, her Q got a slight cost in mana, and her E does slightly more scaling AP towards the later stages with 0.6 AP scaling now, which means I think because Phase Rush is just not that good compared to the other two, which are Summon Ahri and Arcane. She's one of the few champs that can use Phase Rush and still be really good. So I thought, because of the buffs, let's try her out. And this feels really good at the moment. So we're going to go with Mana Flow as the first rune. Now, this also got buffed. I mean, this actually got nerfed. And I've used this in almost every champ that has mana because it's so good. And when something's too good to be true, it's usually nerfed. And Riot have come and nerfed it. So it's still pretty good though. I'm going to take it. I still think it's much better than these two. Celerity, now she's really good because she makes use of this movement speed. She doesn't have to buy boots as well. Cass no boots, and Transcendence is okay, but this is much better on her. We definitely need that movement speed, and this gives us that. Celerity great on Cassio, and Scorch also got nerfed, so that 30 damage is now 20 at the beginning, which makes it not that great, to be honest. So we're gonna go straight to Gathering Storm because I mean she's gonna scale anyway, right? She's a scaling champ. Even her items go towards scaling. Even her damage is going to go towards scaling. So Gathering Storm makes sense. Take this now. I think it's going to be slightly better than Scorch now because, I mean, Scorch is just bad now. A few champs are going to use it as well. And Inspiration as the second path with perfect timing. This is great for those, you know, all-in champs like Zed, Syndra. You can pretty much save yourself from one ultimate at the beginning. And you would probably build, you know, Zhonya's, and this is going to help you get there much quicker, much cheaper. And the second rune, now there's two choices here. You can't get this, I think, because she doesn't get boots anyway, so this is going to be useless. And I mean, it'd be weird if she was able to get this somehow, but she can't get boots, so you cannot get this. Futures Market is really good. Now, someone like Cassio, whenever you have to early back, but you need an extra bit of gold to have, say you need a Catalyst, say you need to finish Rod of Ages, or say you need to get that tier, the quicker you get those items, the quicker you can start scaling, and this will help you do that. One of the best runes Futures Market is for those champs that need those scaling items, and this is amazing on Cassio because she's got a few of those items that will need this, and trust me, you will need this, and you'll see in-game how many times it will save you. Other choice is Cosmic Insight, but we're going to stick to this. So for Cassio's items, generally you want to start Doran's Ring with 2 pots. You can also go Corruption Potion if you really feel like you're going to go for those trades and get those autos in as well, because this is going to do a lot of damage if you can constantly stay on them and spam your E. However, with this passive of the Doran's Ring, getting 4 mana, now remember you can spam E, and as long as you last hit it with E, you're going to get the mana back plus 4. So she kind of benefits from this much more than Corruption, but definitely if you're looking for the fights early on and trading, Corruption Potion is great for that. So the first item you want to get is Tier, and which goes into Archangel stuff, but you don't want to get that straight away. The first item you really want to complete is Rod of Ages, and once you've gotten this, and now remember the Futures Market will come in handy, so you can always make an early back if you're pretty much guaranteed to finish this off. And that just gives her the health, the mana, and AP that she needs, as well as the, you know, the amazing scaling this provides for her. Now with the Morellonomicon, this second item, this is going to give her that 20% cooldown reduction. Now until you get that massive cooldown reduction, that 20%, it's going to feel a little bit weird, a bit slower. But once this kicks in, it's going to feel a lot cleaner. She's going to feel a lot more spammier, a lot faster, and the mana and AP is going to be useful too. Remember, a lot of mana, but someone like Cassio who's constantly spamming, constantly wave clearing, needs a lot of mana to wave clear, especially if you're going up the side lanes. This is going to help you do that. Archangel Staffs, you can finish this off when you feel like it's going to pretty much fully stack your tier. You can get this, and you're going to get a shield from this, so it's really good. Now everyone's going to be building MR once they see that you're fed and pretty strong, so Void Staff is a necessary 4th item. Zhonya's, you should already have Stopwatch, so finish this. You could finish this, I say, like even 3rd or 4th, depending on, you know, if they have a Zed and he's constantly going for you, get that Zhonya's nice and early. Prevent him from getting any more kills on you, or bait him in a few times, you know. But Zhonya's is great too, depending on their team comp. Now the last 6th item, now it all depends how you're building. You can go Rylai's if you want that slow get those Q if they're very mobile, if they're, I don't know, maybe you want to get some CC for your team, you know, for that. You've only got one CC, which is your R, right? Maybe your W2 if you count that, but they should already be close in range to do that. Now, if you can get a long range Q and slow them, it's pretty much guaranteed kill once you're into late game with all these other items. You're going to do so much, so this is great. Leandries, this is one of the best items, I still think. Does so much damage, so much health, and the over time can also do a lot of damage on tanks, so really good. Rabadons if you're extremely fed. Now, I put Abyssal Mask here. Now, you can get this as your first item if you really want. If you really feel like you need that magic resist and they're AP heavy, get this. Really good. Even gives you that 10% cooldown reduction, which Rod of Ages does not. So, if you really want that safe early game, you're probably going to want this, and especially if they're stacking AP, this is almost unnecessary. But most of the times, you'll still go Rod of Ages, so... But keep this in mind. Keep Abyssal Mask in mind, and try this out, let me know how it goes, and I'll see you in the next video.